Welcome to Bloomerang. We'll show you an overview of the different features and basic functions of Bloomerang. This will familiarize you with the different tools that are available to you. Access our knowledge base directly from your database. Click the question mark icon on the top right of your database and select Help and Videos to see all our help articles, videos, and FAQs. You can also send an email or start a live chat with our support team. We'll go through these bank of buttons on the left-hand side, which takes you into each major area of Bloomerang. If you'd like to learn about specific features, make sure to check out our other classes on Bloomerang Academy. Bloomerang Dashboard. The dashboard is the first thing you see when you log into Bloomerang. It gives you vital information and reminders at a glance. The donor retention wheel shows your organization's retention rate. High retention rates keep a nonprofit funded and focused on its mission. How is the retention rate figured? The retention rate looks at the past 2 years. The first piece is how many people gave 24 to 12 months ago. The second piece is how many of those people gave again in the past 12 months. People who gave again are retained donors. This time period updates daily, and so does the donor retention wheel. Administrators can customize the donor retention filters by clicking the gear button. You can exclude certain funds, campaigns, or appeals, and you can also include soft credits into the calculation. Select if you would like the date range to calculate based on rolling, fiscal, or calendar year. Toggle between the default and custom view as needed. Click on the graph to take you to a report of those donors with the default or your custom filters applied. The first-time donor calls list shows you the top 5 first-time donors you should call. Research shows that first-time donors who get a personal thank you within 48 hours are 4 times more likely to give a second gift. Click the row to view more information about the donor and their first gift. To create a follow-up task, click Assign a Task. To enter a phone interaction, click Enter a Call. Creating an interaction or task removes the first-time donor from the list, making room on the call list for the next first-time donor. The next area shows you how much money was raised this week, month, or fiscal year. These raised figures count donations, recurring donation payments, and pledges. Track campaigns with a monetary goal on the dashboard too. The progress is based on raised amounts. Pick a different campaign from the menu to view it. These financial numbers update once a day. Click Refresh to immediately update the dashboard. Now take a look at tasks. Users in your database can be assigned tasks. The Active Tasks area shows you the status of your tasks and those of all users. Click the status to see more details. The Sustainability Scorecard looks at a combination of your data in Bloomerang and a self-assessment to gauge how sustainable your organization is. Click View Now to fill out or access the self-assessment. Continue to work with reports you recently ran or with constituents you recently viewed. Now that you're familiar with the dashboard, here's your mission. Call your first-time donors and get your donor retention wheel to 100%. Bloomerang Constituents. Constituent refers to accounts that you enter into Bloomerang. Create a new constituent account from here, or search for someone who is already in the database. Upload a custom profile picture to help recognize constituents when meeting them in person, or pull in their Twitter profile photo. The Giving Summary shows a graph of the constituents' donation levels over the past several years. You can filter the graph to show raised or revenue, plus soft credits. It also shows the total amount of money that constituent has donated or pledged, their average donation amount, and the date and amount of their first, latest, and largest donations. The engagement level feature is designed to give you an overall measurement of a constituent's current level of engagement with your organization. This is one of the many features that were designed or inspired by the research of world-renowned fundraising professor Dr. Adrian Sargent. The score itself factors in giving history, interactions with your organization, volunteer activity, and more. The engagement meter allows you to quickly identify who your advocates are and which may need additional stewarding. The Profile tab contains the constituents' basic information, like their name and contact details, as well as custom fields. The Timeline allows you to see a constituent's entire history with your organization. Each individual entry is laid out chronologically, and you also have meaningful milestones displayed in the Highlights box. The Relationships section displays all of the constituents' relationships. Households allow you to save on postage and printing costs by sending one piece of mail to households where you have multiple constituents. Maintaining separate records for each member of the household lets you communicate with them individually, especially by email, for instance, if one is a board member and the other is a volunteer. Report Basics. Welcome to Reporting in Bloomerang. We'll cover some basics in this video. Other videos provide more details. To create a report, click Reports and Go to Reports list. Here you see all your existing reports. Search, sort, or filter the list to find a report you're looking for. Click the blue arrow to edit, copy, export, or deactivate a report. To create a new report, click New. You can start with an empty report. Choose which type of data you want to base your report on. Or you can start with a template. For now, click a template. Let's take a tour of the report's layout. The Filters area shows all the report's filters. Click And or to add more filters. Click the X to remove a filter. If you're not sure what a filter means, click it to read the criteria. You can also change the filter and see any other filter it uses. Click OK to save your changes, or Cancel to collapse the filter. Reports display the results as soon as you open the report or change the filters. If you want to include new data without changing a filter, click Refresh. Click a column header to rename the header, see what it displays, and group the column. You can choose how the total row displays the grouped data. Drag and drop columns to rearrange them. Click Add Column to add a column. Click one or more columns. If the column shows other types of data, select the specific field. Click Add Columns. Notice that the report refreshes to fill in the new columns. Go to the Details tab to name your report and add a description. When you are done, click Save And. You can keep making changes, export the results to Excel, or go back to the reports list. Click Delete to delete the report. Letter Basics. Build and send acknowledgements and other mailings directly from Bloomerang. Click the letter icon. Here you see all your existing letter templates. To create a letter, click New. Choose which type of data you want to base your letter on. For now, select Transactions. Name your letter template and choose the purpose. Transaction letters with a purpose of acknowledgement, flip the acknowledgement flag on a transaction from No to Yes. Choose if you would like to create one letter per transaction, constituent, or household. Click Next. Click anywhere in the letter to bring up the toolbar and begin editing the template. To add your organization's logo, place your cursor where you would like the image. Then, click on the Insert Edit Image icon. Upload a photo or select an image from your image manager, then click OK. Resize the image as needed. Click the alignment buttons to change the position of the image or to wrap text around the image. Add data fields to populate the constituents' information and information about their gifts. Place your cursor where you would like to add the data field and click on the Insert Bloomerang Field icon. Search for and select the field. Add a data table to itemize multiple gifts. You can have a total of 5 columns in the table. Click Add Column to add a field. Drag and drop to rearrange the columns, or click Delete to remove a field. Customize the alignment of the entire table or individual columns. Then click Insert. Download a preview or adjust page settings like page size and margins. You can audit the content of each piece for donor centricity and reading level using the Ahern audit. The U-test is a simple but effective tool that Tom Ahern recommends. Ideally, you should use twice as many U words as we words. This makes donors feel great and motivates them to keep giving. Filters work the same way in letters and emails as they do in reports. For example, filter for donations from last month. Exclude transactions that have already been acknowledged. You can also reference reports in a letter so you don't have to rebuild your filters. Go to the Details tab to edit the letter details. Click Save and Preview. Preview the letter before running it, then click Run. Run a test to verify that everything looks correct, then generate the letters for printing and mailing. Download the letters and addresses. When you go to Letter Home, the mailing is added to the most recent mailings, and an interaction is generated on the constituents' timelines. You can navigate to that interaction to personalize that specific letter. Email Basics. Design and send mass emails through Bloomerang. Customize a starter design from our collection of ready-to-use, mobile-responsive email templates. Layout options add flexibility. And drag-and-drop functionality makes designing your email templates a breeze. Add videos, social media badges, and customizable buttons. Tailor colors, fonts, and more to match your organization. Undo an action or go back to an earlier state. Organize images into folders. Insert a stored image, upload from your computer, or search and choose from over 500,000 high-quality stock photos for free. Crop, resize, or add effects to your images with ease. Preview how your email will look on desktop and mobile. Twitter Listening Hub. The Twitter Listening Hub enables you to see the Twitter conversation about your organization and the issues it represents right from within Bloomerang. Match Twitter handles to your constituents so their tweets can affect their engagement scores. The Twitter Listening Hub is a powerful tool for determining how engaged your constituents are with your organization. Before you set up the Twitter Listening Hub, log out of your personal Twitter account. You want to authorize your organization's account, not your personal account. Then, go to Bloomerang and click the Twitter Listening Hub icon. Click Authorize Twitter to allow Bloomerang to pull in tweets. Enter the login information for your organization's Twitter account and click Authorize App. On the Tweets tab, you now see tweets that mention your organization's Twitter handle. Click the Configuration tab to set which hashtags you want to see in Bloomerang. Type in a hashtag and click Add. You can add up to 10 hashtags. Click the X on a hashtag to delete it. Now click the Tweets tab again, and click the Hashtags tab. You see tweets that use the hashtags you set. Notice that you can filter the list of tweets to show those that are matched or unmatched to constituents. Click Match Constituent to associate a Twitter handle with a constituent. choose a suggested constituent from the list, or search for the correct constituent. If the constituent doesn't exist in your database, click New Constituent to create the constituent. For now, click a name from the list. Click Save. The next time you visit the Twitter Listening Hub, the constituent's engagement score will display next to the tweet. Future tweets from this constituent raise their engagement score. Click the Tweets tile to see it on Twitter and interact with it. Since this tweet is associated with a constituent, it appears on their timeline. Tweets appear with a Twitter icon, show why they were pulled into Bloomerang, and display the tweet. Click the tweet to open the interaction. The tweet itself is displayed, and whether the constituent initiated the tweet. The channel is already set to Twitter, but you can choose a purpose. Click on the Tweets tile to see the whole conversation in Twitter and to reply or retweet it. Import data into Bloomerang. Importing data is a powerful process, so use it with caution. Import 1 or 2 lines to make sure the data imports as you expect before importing lots of data. Or review your import file with our support team. They're happy to help. So let's get started. Import data in these steps. Create an import template, map the fields, import. Start by creating an import template. You may also use an existing import template. To create a template, click Imports and New. Name the import. Click Next. Select what type of data you are importing. You cannot change this later. For now, choose to import transaction data. Select whether you are importing individual or organization constituents. These must be imported separately. For now, choose to import individual data. Click Select a file to upload your CSV import file. Browse to and select the file. Now you are at the second major step in importing. You will assign the fields in Bloomerang to fields in your import file. This is called mapping. Bloomerang attempts to map the fields for you. To change a mapping, click the row and select the correct column in your import file. If the mapping is missing information, click Add another field. Select the Bloomerang field. Then, select the column from your import file. Click Update. Flip through the Preview section to check that data is mapped correctly. Click Next. Now you are at the final step in importing. Data imports cannot be undone, so check that your information looks correct. You see what's being created and what is being updated. When a record is being updated, select if the import file or Bloomerang data is most accurate. Any errors in the import file appear. You can take care of these later. If everything looks correct, click Run. If your import file had errors, download the skip rows to fix the errors and re-import those rows. And remember, safety first. Import 1 or 2 lines first or talk with our most excellent support team. Bloomerang settings. Customize the settings to truly make your database your own. Update your organization information, including contact information, fiscal year settings, and accounting preferences. From here, you can also create a database export of your entire Bloomerang database, and also activate free nightly NCOA updates. Create user credentials for all individuals who will be utilizing the Bloomerang database. There's no limit to the number of users your database can have. Create custom fields to customize the database to track information that is important to your organization. Manage transaction information such as funds, campaigns, appeals, and tributes. Connect a transaction processor to process donations directly in Bloomerang, or create forms that will allow you to take donations online, sign up email subscribers, and track your constituents' browsing history on your website. Create online giving forms. Online giving forms enable your constituents to donate when it is convenient for them. The transactions are automatically processed and added to your database. Let's take a look at creating one. Click Settings and Website Integration. Click Select on the Online Giving Forms tile. You see a list of existing forms. Click New. Forms use items that are already created in your database. You must have a processor and at least one fund already set up. You may also use existing custom confirmation emails, campaigns, appeals, and custom fields. If necessary, create these items before creating the form. In the Settings section, type in the name of the form. The constituent does not see this name. Choose a processor. Select a custom confirmation email or choose Bloomerang Default to send the default confirmation email. Add up to 10 more email addresses to receive the notification email when a donor submits this form. Click Add Email and enter the email addresses. Each email address will receive the same notification email, and each form can have different recipients. In the Fund, Campaign, and Appeal section, select which fund these donations should go to. If you want the constituent to choose the fund, click Add Fund. Select the fund and change the display name to something that makes sense to the constituent. Use the buttons to reorder or remove funds. Select a campaign and appeal. All donations that come from this form are tagged with this campaign and appeal. Constituents can always choose to make recurring donations. Recurring donations start that day and occur monthly. Allow the constituent to choose how often to donate and when to start by checking these boxes. Choose if you want donors to have the option to offset processing fees. In the Donation Levels section, set predefined donation levels. Click Add New Donation Level. Type in an amount and a description. Add as many donation levels as needed. Use the buttons to reorder or remove them. Constituents can always donate any amount they want. In the Custom Fields section, add a few custom fields to gather more information. To avoid overwhelming a donor, choose up to 3 fields. Constituent custom fields add information to the constituent's profile. Transaction custom fields add information to the donation. Click Add Transaction field and select an existing custom field. Type what you want to display on the form. Click Next to move on to the Success page. After constituents donate, they see a Success page. Customize the title and message. To add social media buttons, fill in your organization's social media information and choose which buttons to display. Adjust the preset tweet if you'd like. To use your own web page as a success page, click Redirect to URL. Click Save and Preview. Review the form. Click Success Page to preview the success page. Click Publish. Bloomerang generates a short piece of code. Copy the code and paste it into your website where you want the form to appear. Now look at a donation that was made using this form. The donation is recorded on the constituent's timeline. The donation has the fund, campaign, and appeal applied to it, as well as a transaction custom field.